Hello, coin lovers! Today, we're looking at rare Australian 50-cent coins that are worth a lot of money. These coins are not just old, they're special and hard to find. If you love collecting or just want to learn, this video will show you why these coins are so valuable. Let's start with the first coin on our list, the 1976 Elizabeth II 50-cent coin with the famous Australian coat of arms. This coin was made in 1976, a time when Australia was remembering important parts of its history. Back in 1770, Captain James Cook arrived on the east coast of Australia. So, in the 1970s, Australia was getting ready to celebrate 200 years since that moment. People call this the bicentennial. Even though the big celebration happened in 1988, the years leading up to it were filled with national pride. The 1976 coin is part of that proud time, and that's why many people love to collect it today. Now, let's take a look at the coin itself. The front side of the coin, also called the obverse, has a picture of Queen Elizabeth II. This design was made by Arnold Machin, a well-known artist. You'll see the Queen facing right, wearing a crown. This was the second design of the Queen used on Australian coins. It was very popular and used for many years. On the back side, also called the reverse, is the beautiful Australian coat of arms. This side of the coin was designed by Stuart Devlin, who made many coin designs for Australia. The coat of arms is a very important symbol. It shows a kangaroo and an emu, which are native animals found only in Australia. These animals stand beside a shield. The shield has 6 parts, and each part represents one of Australia's 6 states. This shows how all parts of the country are united. Above the shield is a small star, called the Commonwealth Star, and below is a banner that says Australia. The coat of arms reminds people that even though Australia has different states and areas, it is one country working together. Now, let's talk about how many of these coins were made. In 1976, over 27 million of these 50-cent coins were produced by the Royal Australian Mint. That's a big number. So if you find one, it might not be extremely rare, but it still holds value for collectors, especially those who collect coins from every year or are interested in Australia's history. Some coins may even be worth more if they are in perfect condition. This is known as uncirculated condition, meaning the coin was never used and looks brand new. Coins like that are often kept in protective holders and don't have any scratches or marks. Also, some of these coins may have minting errors, which can make them extra special. Errors can happen if the machine that makes the coins doesn't press them correctly or if something goes wrong during the coin-making process. For example, there might be a double strike, where the design is printed twice, or the Queen's head might be off-center. These mistakes are rare, but collectors love them. If you find a 1976 50-cent coin with an error, it could be worth much more money, even hundreds or thousands of dollars, depending on the mistake and the condition of the coin. So, while the 1976 50C coin is not the rarest coin in the world, it still has a special place in the hearts of Australian coin collectors. Its design, history, and link to the lead-up to the bicentennial celebration make it a very interesting coin to talk about and collect. Let's now move on to the next coin on our list, and this one is even more special and valuable. Now let's look at our second coin, the 1994 Australia 50-cent coin, also known as the Year of the Family coin. This coin is very special because it was made to celebrate something we all know and love, family. In 1994, the United Nations declared that year as the International Year of the Family. It was a way to remind everyone around the world that family is important, and it plays a big role in people's lives. To join in this global celebration, Australia released a special 50-cent coin to support the message. Let's talk about the design. The front side of the coin, or obverse, once again features Queen Elizabeth II, just like most Australian coins. This version of the Queen's portrait was also created by Arnold Machin, the same artist who made the earlier design used on the 1976 coin. But the back of this coin, the reverse side, is what makes it really different and eye-catching. The reverse was designed by Carolyn Rosser, and it's very simple but very powerful. It shows a picture of a family, 2 adults and a child, holding hands inside a house. The picture is drawn in a childlike style, almost like a crayon drawing you'd see on a fridge at home. That was done on purpose to show love, warmth, and the idea that every family is special. Underneath the house, you'll see the words International Year of the Family 1994, which explains why this coin was made. Even though the design is simple, it touches people's hearts because it reminds us how important our families are. That's why many people, even those who don't collect coins, love to keep this one. Now let's look at how many were made. In 1994, around 20.6 million of these 50-cent coins were produced. So, they aren't super rare in terms of how many exist. You can still find them in old coin collections, or maybe even in someone's spare change jar. But because the design is unique and the coin celebrates such an important theme, it's very popular among collectors. Some people may have kept this coin from the year it was released because it felt meaningful to them. Maybe they had a new baby that year or experienced something special with their own family. For many people, it holds emotional value, not just money value. Now, let's talk about how much it could be worth. A regular 1994 Year of the Family 50C coin in used condition might be worth just a few dollars, depending on the condition. But if you have one that is uncirculated, meaning it has never been used and looks brand new, it could be worth $20 to $100 or more to the right buyer. And here's something exciting. If your coin has a minting error, the value could be much higher. For example, if the coin is slightly misprinted or the image isn't centered, collectors call this a misstrike. These types of errors are very rare, and people love to collect them. Some error coins have sold for several hundred or even thousands of dollars, especially if they're in perfect condition. Some collectors also look for proof versions of this coin. These are special coins made just for collectors. They have a shiny, mirror-like finish and are made in very small numbers. These proof coins can sell for even more money. So, while this coin might not look super fancy or rare at first glance, its story and design make it very special. It's a coin that celebrates love, unity, and the importance of family. And that's something everyone can appreciate. Now that we've talked about this heartwarming coin, let's move on to our last and most valuable 50-cent coin on the list. Now we've come to the last coin on our list, and this one is the most exciting of all. It's the 2001 Australia 50-cent coin, and in rare cases, this coin has been sold for up to $10,000. That's right, $10,000 for just one 50-cent coin. Let's find out why this coin is so special. The year 2001 was very important for Australia. It marked the 100th anniversary of Federation. That means it had been 100 years since all the Australian states came together to become one country. This event, called Federation, first happened in 1901. To celebrate this big moment, Australia released a whole set of coins, one for each state and territory, plus a general one for the nation. These coins were called the Centenary of Federation series. Each of these 50-cent coins had a different design showing the coat of arms of a specific state or territory. For example, there was one for New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, and others. The one that's known to be worth the most money, though, is the Australian Federation coat of arms version. Now let's talk about the design. Like most Australian coins, the front side, or obverse, shows Queen Elizabeth II. But this time, it's not the same image as before. In 1999, Australia switched to a new portrait of the Queen, designed by artist Ian Rank Broadley. This version of the Queen's head has more detail and shows her wearing a crown and pearl earrings. The reverse side of this coin, the special side, shows the Australian coat of arms, celebrating 100 years of Federation. It was designed by the talented artist Stuart Devlin, who also created the design for the 1976 50C coin. So why is this coin worth so much? Most of the 2001 Federation coins were made in large numbers. But here's the twist, a few rare coins were made with errors. These error coins are extremely hard to find and are the reason some of them are worth thousands of dollars. One of the most famous errors is called the double obverse error. This is when the coin has the Queen's head on both sides instead of the coat of arms on one side. That's a big mistake, and a big deal for collectors. Only a very small number of these coins were made with this error, which is why they can sell for up to $10,000 or even more, especially if they are in perfect condition. Another kind of error is a misstrike, where the image is printed off-center or looks warped. These are also rare and can be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on how noticeable the mistake is and how good the condition of the coin is. Even if your 2001 50-cent coin doesn't have an error, it might still be worth keeping. Some of the proof coins, special shiny versions made only for collectors, can sell for over $100 or more. So what should you do? If you have any 50-cent coins from the year 2001, check them carefully. Look at both sides. Do you see two queen heads? Is the design off-center? Is the coin extra shiny or in perfect condition? If yes, you might have something valuable in your hands. Many collectors go through their old coin jars or ask family members if they have spare change from 2001. You never know, a coin sitting in a drawer could be worth a fortune. So, there you have it, 3 amazing Australian 50-cent coins that are not just old coins, but real treasures. Sparkles. We looked at the 1976 coat of arms coin, full of history, the 1994 year of the family coin, which reminds us how important family is, and the 2001 Federation 50C coin, which can be worth up to $10,000 if it has a rare error. It's always a good idea to check your coins, ask family and friends, or even look through coin jars at home. You never know, a small coin could be worth big money. Money bag. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss another rare coin alert. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting!